Hi all, welcome to yet another video of Currynpho. So today we're going to talk about Vietnam travel guide. So this is going to be a general travel guide for anyone who's planning to visit Vietnam for their first time. So this is not going to be focused on adventure or nature or anything like that. This will be in general, and all kind of places are included. I will do another video focusing on the north, the south, and the center as separate videos, so that where I can focus mainly on certain locations to give you some offbeat locations if you're here for a longer stay. But this video will focus on first-time visitors to Vietnam and people who are planning for a very short trip, probably like 5 to 10 or 5 to 12 days trip. So yeah, this video will focus on the masses. Stick around and let's begin. Alright, so before we begin, I just want you guys to take some time and plan and think about, what do you want to do in Vietnam? Do you really want to go for an adventure, or are you looking for some peaceful time, or do you want to explore the heritage and the history of Vietnam, or are you looking to have some bonding with the local culture, people, and food, so things like that. What do you really want to get out of this trip? So ask that question to yourself before you plan the trip. Alright, so now let's start with the interesting part. We're going to start talking about the destinations. So starting from the north. So no matter from where you come from, if you're planning to land in the north of Vietnam, then you'll be landing in Hanoi. So Hanoi is the place to explore first, I would say. You can explore 1 or 2 days. There are a lot of places to go, a lot of temples, historical places, museums. It's kind of a small city. The morning vibe itself is amazing. The nightlife is also nice. So Hanoi is definitely a place to check out. From Hanoi, you can definitely go to Ha Long Bay. Ha Long Bay is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's a beautiful place with that rocky hills in the middle of the beach. Something spectacular. So definitely worth a visit, I would say. So there are 1-day trips, and I would suggest, if you do not have so many days to spend, just go for the day trip, see Ha Long Bay, take some photos, and yeah, head back to Hanoi. Or from Ha Long Bay, you can head to Ninh Binh and stay in Ninh Binh. It depends on where you want to live. All right. So the next destination is Ninh Binh. So Ninh Binh is also similar to Ha Long Bay. It's in some ways, it's mostly rolling hills, and there are a couple of places that you can go. And there's a must-visit place, which is Trang in Ninh Binh. This is like the boat ride through the caves and some forested areas. It's really beautiful. So it's like a 3-hour-long boat ride. I would highly recommend that if you're here, and you should do it. I mean, if you're in Ninh Binh, definitely do Trang boat ride. It's worth a visit. There are other places in the north that you can visit. I would recommend Sapa and Ha Giang. Sapa and Ha Giang are similar places, kind of like mountain places. But Sapa is more easier, because if you can take a bus from Hanoi, which is like 8 to 10 hours journey, and you reach there in early morning. Ha Giang, the route to Ha Giang is different. So normally when people travel, if you're traveling on a bus or a car, normally people go to Sapa. However, if you are riding, then people love to go to Ha Giang. But Ha Giang, the route is a little bit crazy and adventurous and so much fun. All right, so those roads are not meant for everyone, but yeah, if you love adventure, you should do Ha Giang. All right, so after that, there are 2 more locations. One is Ban Gioc waterfall, and also Mai Chau. So Ban Gioc waterfall is towards the northmost point, not the northmost point, but still it has the border between Vietnam and China. So half of the waterfall is in China and half in Vietnam. So it's a very nice place, but I wouldn't recommend it for short stay plan. I mean, if you're here for just for 1 to 2 weeks, I wouldn't highly recommend going to that place because it's a long way and you just get to see the waterfall and the neighboring areas while the travel time is too high. But definitely worth a visit if you're here for more than 15 days. Then the next place is Mai Chau. Mai Chau is similar to Sapa, like paddy fields, tribal people, markets, local exploration. So yeah, if you go to Sapa, I think you can skip Mai Chau. But if you go to Mai Chau, you can skip Sapa. So it's both ways works. But Sapa also have some amazing places where you can go live in a tent or like a hilltop resort or something to see the clouds beneath you. That's a spectacular view. So yeah, choose wisely. So yeah, Mai Chau is the last in the list for the north. The next would be something in between the north and the center. That's a national park called Phong Nha Cave. Phong Nha Cave or Phong Nha National Park. There are lots and lots of caves inside this national park. So the major one, the well-known one, will be Son Doong Cave. Son Doong Cave? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I hope it is. That cave is amazing because there is a whole different world inside the cave. So that's amazing. But you need to apply an year advance to get to trek inside the cave, and it's super costly. It costs more than $2,000, I guess. Yeah, you can check out. I'll put down the link in the description below. The trek is organized by a company called Oxalis Adventures. They also have another couple of treks around Phong Nha National Park in other caves, but most of the adventure treks are 4 to 10 days long, so I wouldn't recommend it for short stays. But anyone who's doing more than 15 days, you guys can take 1 or 2 trek packages and just try it out. All right, so after Phong Nha, we come to the center of Vietnam. This is kind of the place where all the heritage, the history of Vietnam, the imperial palace or city or something like that, is situated there. So it starts from Hue. Hue is the the archaeological history, I would say. So people who are interested in the ancient times, the kings and the queens of Vietnam, the dynasty and all that, yeah, go to Hue. That's where you'll find everything about Vietnam. So that's a place where you need to explore if you're interested in that topics. Then comes Da Nang. Da Nang is the small city, very beautiful city, beach city I would say, and superbly clean and so beautiful. I love that city. Then from Da Nang, it will be Hoi An. Hoi An is like a small market-like street with colorful towns, and it's just a one-day trip to Hoi An. You don't need to spend too many days there. 1 or 2 days will be more than enough to explore Hoi An. There are a couple of mentions in the center other than these 3 major locations, which are Nha Trang, Cam Ranh, Phan Rang, and also Mune, but towards the south actually. But Mune is in a province called Phan Thiet. So yeah, that's all these places are beach locations, starting from Da Nang all the way to Phan Thiet or Mune. All beach locations, amazing beaches and seafood, man, so good. So it's definitely worth a visit, and you should definitely give it a try if you plan a trip to the center. Some other locations that is in between the center and the south is Da Lat. I think that Da Lat and Mune are both in the center to south locations. So Da Lat is kind of like the city escape kind of location for all the people who just want to get out of Saigon and go enjoy some time, be in a very good climate, have some good food, enjoy some nature. That's where we head to. We go to Da Lat. So I have been there a couple of times myself. It's so beautiful, but mostly domestic tourism over there. Very less tourist people come. But still, a lot of expats live there, and a lot of foreigners do visit a lot. So after the lot, it's all about South. And South is where I live. I live in Ho Chi Minh City. So Ho Chi Minh City has a different vibe altogether. The people here are so different. So there's a huge difference between the people and the culture of the North and the South Vietnam. And the city here, like Saigon, is what I really love. Taking the side of Saigonese, I would say, but I really love Saigon and the people here and the culture. I just love it here more than the North, I would say. I still love the destinations and the places in the North, but I'm a huge fan of Saigonese. So when you land here, you will understand. If you're planning to stay here long, like at least a month long, you will understand the difference between the North and the South. And if you stay 15 days in the North and 15 days in the South, definitely you'll find the difference. After Saigon, there are a couple of places that you can go from Saigon. Places like Cu Chi Tunnel, that's in Cu Chi, just like nearby Saigon. It's like 20. It's still Ho Chi Minh City, like 25 to 30 kilometers. You can go visit Cu Chi. Then you can go to Binh Tuan and Can Tho, which is considered as Mekong Delta region. Definitely worth a visit as well. There's a waterboat market. And lastly, I want to add Can Dao and Phu Quoc Islands. Both these are islands and so beautiful, good beaches, amazing beaches, good seafood. So yeah, definitely they also make into the list. Another mention I would say is Vung Tau, which is kind of another escape location for Saigonese. Vung Tau is also like 120 kilometers away from Saigon, so we go there quite often. I myself have two of my friends living in Baria, which is close to Vung Tau, and I go there very often. So yeah, these are the locations that you might want to visit when you plan your travel to Vietnam. So I would put all the names in the description below, and you guys can go check it out, plan your trip, and let me know if you need any further suggestions or support. I have also mentioned how to apply for the e-visa on another video. Go check it out here, and let me know what other videos that you would like to see from Vietnam. Alrighty then, thanks a lot for watching, and hit that subscribe and thumbs up button. That motivates me to create more videos. And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care and safe travels. Ciao.